You owe it to yourself, not to your parents, not to your friends, not to your job, your followers, your teachers, or your critics. You owe it to yourself. And if that sentence doesn't shake something deep inside you, then you're not listening close enough. 2025 isn't just another year. It's your chance. Your chance to get honest, get serious, and finally take control of a life that's been running on autopilot for far too long. You owe it to yourself to stop living like life is a rehearsal. You've made promises. You've had dreams. You've talked about change, but talking isn't enough anymore. Because the truth is, time doesn't care about your intentions. Time doesn't care how tired you are, how overwhelmed you feel, or how unfair your situation is. The clock is moving whether you're ready or not. And the brutal truth, no one's coming to save you. No mentor, no guru, no sudden lucky break. It's just you, your decisions, your discipline, and your mindset. So ask yourself, how many more months are you going to waste thinking about changing instead of actually changing? Because if you don't do it now, when will you? When you're older, when you have more money, when life slows down. Newsflash, it won't. Life will never pause long enough for you to feel ready. You either rise now or regret later. Delaying is not just wasting time, it's wasting potential. Every time you say tomorrow, you rob yourself of momentum. You rob yourself of self-respect. And over time, that cost adds up. It becomes a habit, a mindset, a way of life. You start believing that maybe this average version of your life is all you're meant for. But deep down, you know that's a lie. You felt it in those quiet moments. The fire, the frustration, the untapped power. The cost of delay is your greatness, your legacy, your peace of mind. Do you really want to look back 5 years from now, stuck in the same place with the same excuses, and say, I could have been more? Because no one's going to feel sorry for you then. They'll say, you had time, you had choices, you just didn't take them. And they'll be right. The version of you that could have changed the game was buried beneath distractions, fear, and wasted time. You want to change your life? Then stop pointing fingers. Stop blaming your parents, your boss, your past, your luck. Own it, all of it, every mistake, every missed opportunity, every moment you chose comfort over progress. Own it not because you're guilty, but because it's your power. When you take radical ownership of your life, you take back control. You stop waiting and start creating. No more waiting for someone to validate you. No more waiting for the perfect conditions. You want to win. Then act like it. Own your mornings. Own your focus. Own your goals like your life depends on them, because it does. Every day is either building your future or burying it. There's no neutral. There's no pause. You're either climbing or sliding. And it starts with ownership. Stop saying, I can't, and start asking, how can I? Because the moment you shift from victim to warrior is the moment everything changes. Motivation is a liar. It's loud when you're inspired and silent when you're tired. That's why discipline beats motivation every time. Discipline is what gets you up at 5 a.m. when no one's watching. Discipline is what pushes you to work when your body says rest. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. You think the people at the top are always inspired. No. They're just consistent. They've trained their minds to act regardless of mood. That's the real superpower. Because if you only move when you feel like it, you'll be stuck forever. Your mind must be stronger than your emotions. The pain of discipline is short. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. So if you want to take control in 2025, build your discipline like a muscle. Make it unbreakable. Show up when it's hard. Show up when it's boring. Show up when no one claps. That's how you win. Everything changes the moment you realize that your thoughts are not facts. They're just patterns, many of them built from fear, insecurity, and past wounds. But they can be broken. You don't have to believe every doubt your mind throws at you. You don't have to accept every limiting belief that creeps in when you try to level up. Your mind is not a cage. It's a tool, but if you let it run wild, it will sabotage everything. You want wealth? Change your thoughts about money. You want success? Change your thoughts about failure. You want peace? Change your thoughts about pain. The outer world is just a reflection of the inner one. That's why broke minds stay broke even when they get money. That's why weak mindsets crumble when things get tough. You have to do the inner work. Read, learn, reflect, challenge your beliefs. Feed your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Your life is not the product of one big decision. It's the sum of thousands of tiny ones. Every morning routine, every late-night choice, every time you choose scrolling over growing, it all compounds. You don't become successful overnight. You become successful slowly, consistently, relentlessly, through the habits that most people overlook. Want to build wealth? Start by mastering your morning. Want to become focused? Limit distractions like your future depends on it. Want to feel powerful? Show up for yourself every single day, especially when it's hard. It's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's repetition. It's showing up. It's doing the boring work without applause, without recognition, without results. Until one day, the results speak so loudly no one can ignore you. If you want to change your life in 2025, don't chase inspiration. Build system, build standard, build non-negotiables that push you forward whether you feel like it or not. Because the person with habits will always beat the person with hype. Focus is the new superpower. In a world that's addicted to noise, notifications, and distractions, the rarest currency is undivided attention. And guess what? That's exactly what your future demands. If you can't focus, you can't finish. And if you can't finish, you can't win. It's that simple. You owe it to yourself to protect your attention like your future depends on it, because it does. Turn off the noise. Cut out the junk content. Stop giving your time to people who drain you. Your energy is finite. Your attention is limited. You cannot keep giving it away like it's cheap. Lock in. Go all in. Tunnel vision. Laser focus. Whatever it takes. You want to be exceptional. Then stop living like you have time to waste. The average scrolls, the exceptional executes. Every time you focus, you invest in your future. Every time you don't, you delay it. You think you have time? That's the biggest lie you've been sold. You think life will wait for you to figure it out. It won't. The clock doesn't pause when you're unsure. It doesn't stop when you're afraid, it just keeps ticking. Every second you waste doubting yourself, talking about what you're going to do, watching others live the life you want, it's gone. Forever. You can't rewind. You can't reset. All you can do is act right now. Because if you don't, 2025 will become 2026, then 2027, and nothing will change. You'll still be scrolling, still be dreaming, still be wondering why your life feels stuck. And that future version of you, they'll hate that you didn't start sooner. So stop pretending you're waiting for the right time. This is the right time. This is the moment. The window is open now, but it won't stay open forever. You either move or you miss it. You were not born to be average. Deep inside, you already know that. You know you're meant for more, not because you want to be better than others, but because you want to be better than the version of you that settled, the version of you that compromised, the version that gave up too early. Growth isn't a luxury, it's your duty. You owe it to yourself to evolve, to get sharper, to get tougher, to become unrecognizable from the person you were last year. You owe it to the people who believe in you, to the younger version of you who dreamed big, to the future version who's counting on you. Growth isn't just about winning, it's about becoming. Becoming someone with unshakable character, someone who moves with discipline, someone who builds even when it's painful. And the secret, you don't need to do everything today. You just need to be better than yesterday. Stack that day after day, and one day you'll look around and realize you became the person you used to admire. This is your year, not because it's written in some horoscope or because it feels good to say it. This is your year because you're going to make it your year. No more waiting, no more self-pity, no more half-hearted effort. It's time to go all in on your goals, on your mindset, on your health, on your business, on your identity. You're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you are. No more talking about potential. It's time to live it. You owe it to yourself to wake up early, to stay disciplined, to say no to the old you, to rise above your excuses and take full command of your future. This is not a feel-good moment, it's a call to war. A war against laziness, a war against fear, a war against the old version of you. You owe it to yourself to win, and you will if you choose to. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Every person has two versions inside them. One that's hungry, driven, relentless, and one that's comfortable being broken. You know exactly which one has been winning. And if you're being real with yourself, you know that version has been running the show for way too long. You've been living in patterns. You wake up tired. You scroll through distractions. You promise yourself change but settle for cycles. You've built a routine around your own self-sabotage. And deep down, you know this isn't who you were meant to be. You weren't built for mediocrity. You weren't born to coast through life. You were meant to rise, but you can't rise until you confront the version of you that's been in control. Let's be honest, the version of you that keeps quitting, the version that keeps saying, "I'll start tomorrow," the version that numbs the pain with distractions, junk food, and meaningless habits, that version has to die, not someday. Now, because if you don't destroy the old you will destroy everything you're trying to build. You can't step into the future while dragging your past. You can't build an empire with the mindset of a victim. That voice in your head telling you you're not good enough. That belief that says you're stuck because of your upbringing, your environment, your lack of support. Lie. You are not your story. You are not your scars. You are what you choose to become. The old you survived, congratulations. But this new season, it demands a stronger version. A version with sharper vision, higher standards, and no tolerance for excuses. You've carried that old identity for too long. Burn it, rebuild, evolve. It's time. And this time, there's no turning back. You either rise or you rot. You either evolve or you expire. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to drag you to your destiny. It's on you. So choose the pain of growth over the comfort of regret. Choose discomfort, discipline, and direction. The old you got you this far, but the version that's coming next, that one changes everything. That one builds legacies. That one makes damn sure they never go back to being who they were. So ask yourself one final question. Are you finally done pretending? Or are you ready to become something real? Wandering leads to wasting. If you don't know what you want, you'll settle for whatever life throws at you. Clarity is not optional, it's your compass. You need to know what you're fighting for. Not vague wishes like "I want to be rich" or "I want to be happy." You need specifics. How much money? By when? Doing what? What does success actually look like for you? Who do you need to become to get there? What habits do you need to kill? What values do you need to adopt? Most people aren't lost, they're just distracted. They haven't defined their direction, so they chase whatever feels good in the moment. That's not freedom, that's chaos. You want to live a powerful life. Get clear, get ruthless with your goals. Write them down. Read them daily. Make them your obsession. Because when you know where you're going, every no becomes easier. Every sacrifice makes sense. Clarity gives purpose to your pain and direction to your grind. You've been planning long enough. You've read the books, watched the videos, followed the pages, saved the quotes. Good. Now stop studying and start moving, because speed matters, momentum matters, execution matters. The faster you act, the more you learn. The more you move, the more confidence you build. Perfection is a myth. You don't need the perfect plan, you just need to get in motion. Start small, move fast, adjust on the fly. Speed creates energy. Speed creates feedback. Speed exposes weakness, but that's a gift. It shows you where to improve. While others are still thinking, doubting, over-preparing, you're out there building, growing, learning, winning. 2025 doesn't belong to the perfect, it belongs to the bold. The people who move, the people who try, fail, learn, and keep going. You owe it to yourself to get in the game. You've spectated long enough. It's time to take the shot. Everyone wants success until it gets hard. Everyone's motivated until the pain hits. But the ones who win, they don't just want it, they're obsessed, hungry, starving for progress. And that hunger keeps them alive when the hype dies. Don't be the person who starts fast and fades. Be the one who outlasts, the one who's still grinding when the mood fades, the one who shows up at 5 a.m. when it's dark, cold, and no one's watching. That's hunger. And if you want to separate yourself in 2025, hunger is non-negotiable. You can't be casual about your goals. You have to want them like your future depends on it, because it does. If you're not obsessed, you'll quit. If you're not locked in, you'll fold. This year is about relentless hunger, not inspiration, not motivation. Hunger, ruthless, consistent, painful hunger. The kind that keeps you up at night. The kind that gets you out of bed when everything hurts. Get hungry or get left behind. Not just about talent, it's not just about hustle, it's about mental toughness, because the storms will come. The setbacks are guaranteed, people will doubt you, things will break, plans will fall apart. But your mind, that's your fortress, that's what keeps you in the game when everything else falls apart. You owe it to yourself to make your mind unbreakable. Learn how to sit in discomfort, learn how to take hits without folding, learn how to lose without losing faith. Most people crack under pressure. They fold the moment life pushes back. Not you, not anymore. This year you build resilience. You build grit. You build the kind of toughness that turns pressure into fuel. That doesn't panic, doesn't quit, doesn't break. Because when your mind is strong, nothing can take you out. Not failure, not criticism, not fear, not loss. Build a mind that can weather any storm, and you'll become unstoppable. There's a war happening inside you, a silent battle that no one sees, but you feel it every damn day. It's the war between the version of you that wants to stay in bed, stay average, stay afraid, and the version that's ready to level up, break limits, and claim everything you were meant for. This isn't about the world outside. It's about the voice inside your head that tells you to settle, to quit, to delay. That voice has lied to you for years and you believed it, but not anymore. Because now you know the truth. There's only one opponent worth fighting, and that opponent lives in the mirror. Forget comparing yourself to others. Their pace, their wins, their path, it doesn't matter. This journey is you versus you. That's the only fight that matters. Are you better than who you were yesterday? Are you stronger, sharper, more disciplined than the version of you from last month? That's the metric, that's the battle, and it never ends. Every morning you wake up with a choice, rise or repeat. Every night you go to bed either proud of your progress or buried in excuses. The enemy isn't out there, it's in your habits. It's in your comfort zone. It's in your doubts. You want to take control of your life in 2025. Then win that internal battle. Outthink the old you. Outwork the lazy you. Outlast the weak you. Every single day. Because if you can conquer yourself, the world can't stop you. But here's the truth most people run from. No one is coming to save you from yourself. No mentor, no motivation, no miracle. Just discipline, just grit, just relentless self-accountability. That's what builds power. That's what breaks limits. So stop scrolling, stop waiting, stop dreaming about change and start creating it. You've wasted enough time losing to yourself. Now it's time to win and keep winning. Not once, not sometimes, every single day. At the end of the day, it's simple. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to wake up and live with fire, to stop playing small, to stop making excuses, to stop pretending like you've got unlimited chances. You don't. You have this chance, this moment, this year, right now. You owe it to the younger you who dreamed big before the world tried to break you. You owe it to the future you who's waiting on the other side of your discipline. You owe it to every version of yourself that believed you could be more. So stop wasting time. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hoping someone will come save you. Be the hero. Be the one who breaks the cycle. Be the one who shows what's possible when someone refuses to settle. This is your time. 2025 doesn't owe you anything, but you owe it to yourself to go all in, to leave no potential untapped, and to become the person you were born to be.